You're listening to the Membership Geeks podcast, bringing you proven practical tips and advice from the leading experts on growing a successful membership business.
Well, hello there, membership, and welcome back to the Membership Geeks podcast, the place to be for all the insights, ideas, and inspiration for growing a membership business that goes the distance. And speaking of going the distance, today's episode is a special little inside look at how we've pivoted and refined the membership that we run ourselves, Membership Academy, the membership about memberships. You know, of course, we just celebrated our 10th anniversary. We did a series of very special episodes throughout August that were all kind of centered around that, charting our journey, some of the biggest struggles, the biggest lessons that we learned along the way, where we see the industry going in the next 10 years. But also, we talked about a pretty pivotal thing that we did in making our signature membership roadmap course absolutely free. Now, the Membership Roadmap was very much the crown jewel of what was inside Membership Academy, previously only available to Academy members. And it is the number one course, the most practical, actionable, up-to-the-minute, highly strategic, proven process for launching a successful membership that doesn't just have a big successful launch, but that is set up to continue growing and building on that momentum once all of the excitement and buzz of the launch has subsided. And so we did a whole episode about why we've made such a colossal change, and we've decided to just take this magnum opus, literally some of the best work I've ever done, and offer it for free. And it was one of those circumstances where we could have added a few live elements to it, so done a bit of live cohort support and sold it for $2,000, or we go in the other direction and just make it available to everyone for free. That's the level of thing that we're talking about. But of course, lost in the mix there that we haven't talked about as much is what that means for the Academy, how we are refining and changing things with Membership Academy. And really a big part of the decision to release the roadmap is recognition that the membership industry has matured. It's been a long time since the days where most of my job was just explaining what a membership was and why you should have one. People understand memberships these days. They come in with a lot more knowledge. They have a higher baseline of understanding of what it takes to make a membership successful. And also with the maturity of this industry means there's a lot more people out there who are teaching the basics, and not all of them are teaching them the right way. In fact, some of them are teaching stuff that is outright harmful. And we just see so many people who follow the wrong advice, who get seduced by the marketing machine behind the expensive courses that promise you, the magic beans and the magic bullet and the secret sauce to successful memberships. And then what they teach you just is not sustainable for the long term. We see people putting all this time, work, and energy into launching a membership, and it gets 5 members, and then 2 years on, they're still at 5 members, and they don't know where they went wrong. And so that decision to release the membership roadmap was kind of in recognition of that. We want to help people get started the right way. And if that means we have to teach them how to do it for free, then that's what we're going to do. Because I'd much rather we give away the right course than people spend money on the wrong course. Now, what that does for Membership Academy, it changes where we come in. Because ideally, everyone will have gone through the roadmap before the Academy really, really picks up and takes them to that next level. Now, of course, the roadmap is still inside Membership Academy. If you take the free version, it is dripped out one module at a time just to make sure you're not overwhelmed. But if you come into the Academy, it's on demand. So, of course, the Academy for our members still gives the roadmap, still shows you, because we do find people like to revisit it further down in their journey. Some people join the Academy 10 years into running a membership, and they still go back and watch the roadmap to make sure they've done things right, and often pick up some stuff that they'd been doing wrong. And so really what the Academy now is more focused on is what comes next. Because the launch, our membership roadmap will get you launched in 90 days or less. 90 days is a tiny little part of your membership journey. Our membership's been running for 10 years. We've got people inside our membership that have had communities running for longer than ours. Clients who we worked with back in the day, years before we started Membership Academy, they're still going strong. And so more and more memberships are reaching their 10th anniversary, their 15th anniversary. And when you think about it, that first 90 days getting up and running, unlike a lot of types of online business, that launch is the starting pistol on what is a marathon. It's not the finish line. It's not a case of get your product created and then you just go and sell it. This is get your product created, launch it, and then the real work begins. And so we've been refining Membership Academy to really raise the bar on what comes after the launch. Now, we already work it like we were kind of unique in the fact that so much of what we help with in the Academy is focused on growth. It is focused on the post-launch journey, but by upping the stakes, really, by giving away that roadmap, that's really causing us to raise the bar in terms of how we help people after launch. And so we've changed the Academy accordingly. So there's a few things that we've done. First and foremost, we've simplified. We've gone from 2-tier down to 1-tier. I'm going to do an episode in the future about why we got rid of our standard tier. That was our cheaper tier, because that's quite an interesting one to dive into. But the top and bottom of it is, we've gone from having 2 tiers, a standard, which was pretty much just access to content and community, pro, which was that, plus some extra, more results, win-oriented content, plus some coaching, plus live member calls, plus tools and resources. We've just simplified because we recognize that actually the memberships that stand the better chance of success are the ones who get access to all the resources and all the ways that we can help you, not the ones who get the slimmed down version. And so I want to make sure that the people we're working with are fully equipped. So we've simplified, we've gone down to a single tier now within the Academy. I like simple. Keeping things simple is just better for everyone. And there's no confusion over what you need, because you know when you join the Academy, you're getting everything that you need. So we've simplified things down. Previously, we were releasing what we call member missions. So these are kind of almost monthly challenges that are focused on one real specific, tangible needle mover. A real specific tactic, because when you're growing a membership, there's so many things you could do. So our member missions were given to people 1 month at a time, and it was just a case of saying, just do this one thing. Now that's all well and good, but some people like to stack them wins. And what was happening was, of course, a member mission would come out and it would be focused around implementing something in your membership that maybe you already had in place. And so you have to wait till the next month to see if that one's relevant, and then the next month. And we like people to make progress fast. So waiting 1 month at a time for that win, for that needle mover, just wasn't going fast enough for us. So we've made our member missions on demand. So we've got a library of 20 highly practical, tactical, quick to implement, real tangible wins that we've given all the resources, templates, and step-by-step actions for. That on-demand mission library is there for all of our members who come in right now and who were on our previous pro level. We've also just this month, we are kicking off what we are calling Level Up Live. So where the current membership roadmap leaves off at launch, we are going to expand that into essentially an epic roadmap that takes you through the growth phase of your membership business, where it's all about growing the membership, about getting more sales, retaining more members, and streamlining your operations. From that growth phase, we're going to take you into scaling, where it's about scaling the business itself. So it's expanding your product offering. It's finding other ways of helping your member base. It's refining your marketing to kind of take that up a notch and get more strategic. It's about putting business infrastructure into place. So we go from growing your membership to scaling your business and then evolving your empire. So what happens when you reach 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? What happens? Your business is going well. It's steady. It's stable. What happens if you want to exit? What happens if you want to sell? What happens if, God forbid, something terrible happens to you in terms of continuity for your business? So those real top end, real highly strategic, high level challenges and problems, we are going to pick up from where the membership roadmap currently gets you, launching that membership. And we're going to take you through that entire journey at a higher level than we ever have before. We already cover so many bases for membership growth, but honestly, a lot of it has been focused just on growing the membership. Get more sales, keep more members, and make sure that everything runs smoothly. So we're upping the game in terms of how we help you to do that. But then we're going even further. We're scaling your business. And then we're looking at that big, long-term future, high-end stuff that you're going to be facing at that point in that journey when you get to your 5-year anniversary, 10-year anniversary. So we really are moving the bar, we're upping the bar, and we are going to be delivering this new material absolutely live. Over the next few months, and beyond that actually, we are running Level Up Live. So as we release the new stages through these different phases, through the growth phase, where you're supercharging sales, you're mastering your retention, and you're streamlining operations, we're going to be releasing that material. We're going to be running live cohort groups. So you'll be able to go into study groups where you'll have access to extra Q&A calls, to co-working sessions. There'll be accountability measures. There'll be the ability to put together little masterminds and stuff like that to really help you stay on track, implement, execute, and keep growing as we move through those critical stages of growing your membership. So all of that is starting this month. It's September 2025 at the time of recording. We've had registration for the Level Up Live cohorts open this month. When that closes, we've got an 8-week stretch of education, live cohort support, additional access to myself, to accountability, to encouragement, to additional resources. This is really where the ball game is for us. This is where we are truly helping people level up their memberships, and that is just included as part of Membership Academy. It's not some high-level thing. It's not some $1,000 program. This is available and open to all Academy members who were either previously on our pro level or who join right now. So they come in and you're able to access these cohorts right away. And so that's a big, big part of what we're doing. On top of everything the Academy already includes, of course, you continue to have that private access to me through the Pick My Brains feature, where you can send me video messages and you get a direct private response straight to your inbox from me, tackling whatever challenges and problems you're facing. That is now something that our members are going to have that access to. We're going to be leveling things up and enhancing our community roundtable calls. So rather than just being an open discussion, we're actually taking them further. We're going deeper. We're getting into problem solving. We're going to teach you our top tips. So we're making those more structured, more valuable as well, again, as part of what is now just the standard default Academy offering. We're also bringing in a brand new AI resource. So we're going to have our library of AI prompts. We'll be bringing in custom GPTs to help you to leverage and augment your business through AI, very much from the mindset of using AI as a tool, not a replacement, not a shortcut. It's about leverage, not laziness. So that's going to be coming in as well. In fact, by the time this has gone out, that's already there. We still have our fantastic monthly masterclass workshops where we're bringing in experts to teach high-level strategy, advanced lead generation, selling your membership through online summits. We've done sessions on AI. We've done sessions on optimized offboarding, so having a really highly strategic cancellation process. So those are still going. We've got our live member Q&As every single month with yours truly, where you get to directly ask me questions and we just hang out and, fire questions at me and I give you all the answers I can give you. And we've got so much more coming up in the future, but really, we have just raised our bar. We've shifted things in a big, big way so that our membership roadmap course, whether you do for free, where you're kind of taken on that week-to-week, module-to-module journey, or you want to get in there and just go fast action, move faster with more resources and support by becoming part of the Academy, that gets you to the start line. That starts you off. Membership Academy now is putting you on its shoulders and speeding ahead through the marathon of running a membership, growing it, scaling it, evolving it through all these new features and support. And I'm so excited about this. I'm so amped up because, as I've said, we've been helping people grow their memberships for 10 years, but this is just strapping a rocket. This is kind of everything I've always wanted to do, but everything else kind of needed to slot into place. And, sometimes the timing wasn't quite right. Sometimes I just hadn't had the correct methodology in my mind for what was going to get this done for you. But I'm locked in now. I am absolutely locked in. I've spoke before on previous episodes about how it's my mission to help 10,000 new memberships get started. But the idea is I want to take each and every one of those 10,000 memberships and I want to strap a rocket onto them so that not only do they launch successfully, but that success is just the beginning. And through Level Up Live, and of course, all the material from Level Up Live, if you're listening to this years down the line and we're not doing these live cohorts anymore, the whole idea behind this is when this new material is pushed out, when this new higher level strategic training and resources are in the world, they will then go into a library so you can access them for months and years to come. So if you're not further along in your journey, if you have just launched and you're not ready to think about your retirement plans and your exit plans, all this stuff's going to be waiting for you all the way through the journey. We're going to be with you to help you get to that next level, that next stage. And yeah, I'm pumped. I am buzzed. And yeah, we've got even more stuff coming that I can't tell you about yet, partly because it's a secret and I like to have the impact of revealing and announcing cool stuff, but also because things can always change. You know, we always pay attention to data, to feedback. A lot of these changes have come on the back of just observing what people are using, talking to them about what they need to get them to that next level, and making sure that we are providing what is required to help fuel the growth that our members need in this newer, mature industry that is facing a whole new era. Because marketing's gotten a lot harder, growth has gotten a lot harder. And so, yeah, we've got your back. We are going to carry you all the way there. Now, if you have not been in Membership Academy, if you're not already a member, like if you're a member and you're listening, and maybe you've missed some of what we talked about, some of the announcements, I hope this has got you amped up and excited for what's to come, because this is all just included in the Academy membership. And so hopefully it's got you amped up. But if you've not been a member, or maybe you were a member a few years ago, and actually you found that you reached a point in your journey where you just needed more, you needed that higher end guidance and training, it's coming. Now is the time. There's literally never been a better time to join Membership Academy. And a big change as well. Again, I'm going to talk about this when I dive into why we got rid of the standard tier, which is now a legacy membership level. Why we got rid of that, how we did it. Like, one of the things was we found ourselves essentially having to do kind of more trials and more promotions and stuff like that were targeted at that kind of lower budget profile of student. And of course, with this shift up, we're not going to be doing that anymore, because what we're doing is so valuable, it's so pivotal, and it requires an investment, essentially. It requires skin in the game. And we're not talking about a financial investment, but it's a mindset investment, an investment of your intent. And so we were finding that the people that we were bringing in by doing, 30 days for $1 and stuff like that, it just wasn't the right start. It wasn't the right note to start off this journey of just success that we're trying to accomplish. So we're not really going to be doing any sort of trial offers, any big promotions going forward. However, because I love my podcast audience, and because genuinely the people who join, having listened to the podcast, are the ones who take action, who stay the longest, who are the most committed, then I want to make it easy for you to see what I'm talking about, to get off to the start and to experience all these incredible things that are part of this new generation with Membership Academy. And so, just for our podcast listeners, I'm offering you the first month of your membership half price if you join before September 30th of this year. So not giving you a crazy amount of time. We've got a couple of weeks for you to take advantage of this offer. And if you missed it, I apologize, but this is why you should be subscribed and you should be listening to every episode as it comes out. If you go to membershipacademy.com/pod, P-O-D, that's membershipacademy.com/pod, then you'll be able to get the first month on our monthly plan, the first month of membership half price, because that's going to give you such a clear view of exactly what we're doing here and exactly what lies ahead for you with us in your corner. Because that's what it is. We are putting ourselves so firmly in your corner to help drive that growth and that success you're looking for. So head over to membershipacademy.com/pod. This is not an offer I'm going to be shouting about to the public. This is not something we're going to extend to anyone who is not a podcast listener. So be sure to get yourself to membershipacademy.com/pod before September 30th, 2025 to get your first month and sample this new era for Membership Academy. All right, so a little bit of an inside look of how Membership Academy has evolved, why it has, how that ties in with some of the big changes we've already been making, and yeah, a little sweetener, a little incentive for you to come check us out, because I know some of you listening have been with us since day one, episode 1, and the timing's just not been right for you to join the membership. I would love to see you in there, and hopefully this makes it a little bit easier for you to wet your beacon to see just what a difference Membership Academy can make to you. All right, that is it for today's episode. I hope you found this inside look insightful. Maybe it's given you some food for thought for ways in which you can elevate your membership and adapt to ways in which your industry has changed, because the membership world has changed. Make no mistake, memberships are no longer novel. It takes more to stand out from the crowd. It takes more to last a decade and longer. You need to adapt, you need to evolve, and I do hope a little insight into our evolution has given you something to go on for your own membership business. And of course, if you want support through that kind of evolution, get yourself into Membership Academy, membershipacademy.com/pod. That is it from me for this episode. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. Hopefully it's been worth your while, and I'll see you next week for another episode of the Membership Geeks podcast. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Membership Geeks podcast, we invite you to check out membershipacademy.com. Membership Academy is the original membership about memberships, and it's the essential resource for anyone at any stage of starting, growing, and running a successful online membership business. Whether you're still trying to figure out what your idea is going to be and you need some help making it a reality, or whether your website is already up and running and you're looking for ways to grow and attract new members, then Membership Academy can help you to get to the next level. Not only do you get access to our step-by-step membership roadmap, our extensive training library, and exclusive member-only discount and tools, you'll also become part of our supportive, active community of membership owners that will help you along the way in your journey with feedback, encouragement, and advice. All of this and more make Membership Academy the #1 place to be for anyone looking to start, manage, and grow a successful membership business. Check it out and join the community at membershipacademy.com.